moving on to putting this panel here, and right here where the thing goes, this was caved in, so I heated it up and stretched it out a little bit. I got a pretty smooth curve there. Unfortunately, this bar is right in the way there of getting that smooth, but I've got it pretty straight, good enough for rat rod anyway. And we'll let the hood down here. See what I got. Yeah, that's not too bad. Actually need to move it more out right here at the bottom of this fuel door. I don't know how much curve I got in this. Probably a little too much. I can kind of straighten that out. First, I'm going to see if I can move that fuel door out a little bit more. Well, here's my hatch. I ground it pretty good here. I made to smooth this edge up on the round bar. And don't look too bad. It's got a unique look to it anyway. I think I'll throw a little paint on it just to see what it looks like. It don't look too bad. Looks patched together. I still got an awful big dent right here. I can still do a little hammering and pounding, try to get that out. But it actually don't look too bad from a distance anyway. Get up close and it's not very good. I made 2 patch panels here. I should have made 1, but I didn't. But the other side looks quite a bit better. I haven't really done a hell of a lot to it yet, but it's got a single panel in it. I got a lot of work to do here. I got to grind that all off and fill it. And I put my little turn signaler on. These things are so cheap, low quality. I had to modify the rubber to even get it to fit. Plus it's kind of crooked on the fender, probably because the fender was supposed to be turned in and I got it turned out now. But it's on. My thing is that they're so cheap they wouldn't be any good if they were free. But I put them on anyway. Put one on. I ordered some new headlights and trim rings, so I'll just leave those turn signals on there for now. I mean, once they're on, they're on. They're really, really bad. Low quality. Rubber don't fit. Plastics doesn't really fit. Anyway, that's the way it goes. I got this side done. I'm not going to need that bolt thing anymore, and I did get my hood latches today. These are off a Jeep or something. I think if I hook them in here, they're pretty strong. You know, I'll probably put 30-40 pounds of pressure on them. But I think what I'll do is put them on like this at an angle, so they're pulling down and back, kind of like that. And maybe they'll be alright. These are not, they don't look like they're very expensively made either, just riveted on there. The spring inside, but they kind of match the rat rod look. I just don't know where I'll put them yet, but these will hold it down. The weight of it now is plenty good. I really need to fix this big dent here. Luckily I can get to it with a hammer and knock most of that out. It's just behind that bar. Anyway, kind of moving along this thing. As soon as I get my headlights, I'll be able to finish up that wiring harness in the front. Some other stuff, it don't look too bad. Of course, you know, I could hit that with a skin of Bondo and I could make most of that go away. Some more grinding would make most of it go away, but I kind of want to leave it welded up and, you know, just leave a rat rod look to it. Here's a little more useless decoration. I got my two little turn signals in there and put my screen back in, and I think it looks pretty good. Nothing works, but it's in there. It looks pretty good. Next up, I guess, would be wiring it. So I got enough here to route all my stuff and at least hook up turn signals. So that's kind of it for today. Still chewing on this thing. I put a big stainless panel in there. This was all rusted out, bondoed up, and this channel was all chewed up. So I made a lip on it, kind of welded it up. Ran out of solid wire, and my big arc welder here just burns holes in it. I don't know where I left it here, but I welded in this bottom lip, so the front end's symmetric now. Looks like I cut one a little different, but the bottom is straight. Got that headlight in, works good. Turn signals are working. Need to replace this headlight. Oh, looks like that fender's right on the tire. Yeah, still needs a little tweaking, I guess. I finally got a good Edelbrock carburetor on here. This one was plugged up on the driver's side. I rerouted the hoses around where there go the PVC and the power brakes like they're supposed to. It seems to run good. I got all my vacuum leaks fixed. I still have something to do there on the bottom. That's nasty. The interior's the same as it was. Needs to be cleaned up good more than anything. So much dirt on it. Mr. Spider. I've got a lot of work to do in the back. I was looking at all this back here, and it's a lot of Bondo dust. I'm going to make some kind of patch panel for that. You can see right out to the tire on both sides. I have to figure out some way of plugging that all up. I can use that foam to seal the fender. They put it on both sides, but I still need to do something there. All this stuff here is all bad. Looks like they had another Volkswagen. They cut this big piece out of here, or at least down to here. I think probably this bottom piece here is all right. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do there. I may just cut all that crap out of there and fabricate me a square window. This I'm not too happy about the way this looks. Front looks good. It's got a very unique looking super wide style to it. Wide and flat. This thing is just kind of wide and round. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'll figure out something. But that's where I'm at now. Got this panel put in. It looks pretty good. Got a little rust hole right here I can fix. And I'm going to bring another piece of this panel down to the bottom there. This is all pretty decent now. I'm getting closer to moving on to this mess of a window. I just may cut that out and leave it for now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Anyway, sure a lot of work on this. DMV got my money, so I'll be getting plates on it here pretty soon. Kind of been working on this thing. I come up with this hood scoop. It's the two halves of the hood that was on it. I cut them up and fit on there pretty good, and then got a piece of pipe that I kind of straightened out for this back. It's about where it goes. It covers up that off-center motor. I'm still working on it here. I gotta do a little more work in this center section, but I'm just moving along on that. I got my electric window in that one door. It's works pretty good. It's you can see that it's a window, and I still haven't mounted this electric window roller very good, but I got all the wires and stuff scattered out there. I put this in yesterday, and I glued this channel felt in, so that's where that's at. For now, I'm just trying to get this hood scoop on. Well, kind of moving on with my window kit. I got the motor and everything installed, and I've got it working right, and it's going up and down good. And what I did was silicone the window in. Some of the silicone didn't dry, but I've run it all the way up here, and you'll see that rolling up and down good. I haven't got it mounted super good yet, but when it's coming up to the top position, this window is at a pretty good angle, and I think what's happening here is that this should be parallel to this, because it's trying to roll the front of the window up more than the back. I can set the window in there and look at it, but when I bolted this in, or I didn't bolt it, I welded it, you can see that it's pretty solid right there, and it's got some holes here for the original one, and it looks like that they're somewhat adjustable. I'm going to try to put the window in and see if I can determine if it's straight. I'm just going to cut these braces off of here. I'm pretty sure what's happening is that you know, this is at an angle, so it should be taking this window front to back as it rolls up, and then once it's all the way up, this thing keeps popping off. Once it's all the way up, it's tilted too much, and I'm pretty sure that window is not supposed to be tilted like that at the very top. So I'm going to try to roll it down, cut that off, and I've got to try to drill me some holes in here. Maybe I'll just tack it for now with a welder again and see if I can put the window in with that flat and roll it up and see what kind of results I got. But this little kit's pretty good, but with the window not rolling up straight, it just don't have enough power to do it. probably if it was just the window, stock Volkswagen window, that ran up and down in a channel, I would probably be all right. But with this big window in here, probably caused myself a little bit of trouble. And I didn't have any of this. I don't know what it's supposed to look like or anything else. I guess the only solution there would be to try to buy a Volkswagen window and try to get that bottom piece off of the glass and then put it on. But anyway, I'm assuming that this should be straight at the top. I'm going to cut it off, tack it on where it is straight at the top. I'll probably just bore a hole in here and put a bolt that I can rotate it around. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to do with this window. Tack this again, level with the top of the window. And I filled this with JB weld. And I cleaned the window up real good. So now I'm gonna drop that window down in there and roll this up tight, and hopefully this will be enough of the channel and glue that to hold it. That silicone was only about half dry. It was still smells like silicone. It'd probably take 3 or 4 days for it to dry like that. But this is epoxy, so it shouldn't have any curing time really, other than what it does. I believe this setup occurs in 4 hours or so, so it'll be pretty strong, and by tomorrow it'll be completely cured. And this will be permanently bonded to the window. If I have to adjust it, I can cut these tabs off again and try to drill me some bowl holes in here and do something with that. But I'm hoping that this will be all right. The way it's going at an angle, this bottom channel is going kind of an angle, so it looks like it's going up the channel at about 15-20 degrees, and then when it gets right at the top is where it finally matches up here. This front piece is wiggling around. I really don't have any channel for it other than this rubber that's sticking in here, and I don't know what I can do about that. I can probably figure out something to put a front channel in it. Hopefully shouldn't need one. We'll see. May not work. I may have wasted a lot of money here on a window, but it will be the solution to not having to be able to roll it up if it works. Well, there's the final mounting. I cut the bracket off there on that one. I put an extra screw in this one to hold it in real tight because it kept popping off. But I tested it. Everything's solid. It's pressed the window up against the seal real good. So you're going to have some kind of a problem right here because the panel is this is sticking out maybe half an inch. I'm not sure what I'll do about that. I may just cut a big hole in the panel. It's got a bunch of grommets that seal it. I may not do anything with it, just leave it alone. But it rolls up and down and it's solid. So, in my JB weld in there is squished out good. Whatever angle, if I have one, is filled with JB weld. That little old Volkswagen track there is not very good. Who knows, I might just find some aftermarket tracks, put in. Hopefully it'll work as it is. I think it probably will. Might have to put something in that front channel just to guide it a little bit. And of course, with the window rolled up, I don't got no way of opening and closing the door. I can grab a hold of these holes now, but once I put my panel on, that option will go away. And I had to cut off the little door stop there in order to fit this window in. Hopefully that won't be too big a deal. I just have to be careful opening the door. I could put a little chain or something in it. I started trying to take this off. I don't know what it was. I think it's a door light switch for the Volkswagen, because that's the inside of the door panel. I'll try to finish getting it out. I worked on my wires here. I cut a lot of them out that obviously I didn't need. See this big mess of stuff here. Still don't have turn signals when I turn on the power. Both of my indicator up here in the dash come on. Normally that's a sign you got a ground that's bad. They had some kind of relays wired in here. Obviously they're not, both of them say Ford on them, so I don't think Chevrolets came with a Ford relay. But as far as the windows go, I got this one in. I'll let it cure good. Not going to try to roll it or unroll it until tomorrow. This JB weld's still kind of tacky, so I mixed up a lot of it. I don't know if I got anything I can put it in that needs gluing. I'll see if I can find some place to put it. I hate to waste it. And I'm going to get a good dent. I got to knock out of this. It's got some kind of a couch cushion up in there. I haven't taken it out right now because that's what's holding my mirror in. Maybe I'll pull it out and use that JB weld to glue my mirror in for now. Well, this took some work. The old booster there didn't have square holes in it. This one did. Thank goodness for little plasma cutters. I got my holes in there. This is mounted. I got to put some more bolts in it, and I have to hook up the pedal. But the thing's in. Sure looks a lot better than that little old plastic thing. Looks like it's ready for serious brakes. Now I gotta plumb my lines to it. I think the ones I got there are probably going to be all right. And the back brakes are done. I'm sitting there working on my little car. I'm working outside in the dirt. And that's what I got a shop for, so I could get inside and work. I did a little fooling around with it. I made this hood scoop. I just stuck some aluminum grill screen in it. Looks pretty decent. And the front end's pretty much done. It's good and heavy now. It stays down with that one lift on it. It's not moving around. Got my electric window in and working. My JB weld worked good. And I've got a little piece of rubber in it there. It's going down good. Struggling a little going up. It's not quite in the channel, it's the deal. But it goes up good and stops. The down's not bad. Of course, it's just kind of flopping around in there. But JB weld worked fine. My little bracket here is kind of broke loose. I need to bore it and put a couple screws in it. But basically, that's all good. I got me another fuel gauge and I'm trying to hook it up. It works on 90 ohms and it's a programmable, and I never could get it programmed right. But you can see here that it's about a quarter of a tank. Can't really see too well without a light, but checks it on full and it comes down to a quarter of a tank, and I've got about 3 gallons in it, so that's all good. Still got some kind of ground deal going on with the turn signals, but I got a little done on this, and I'm happy about the window. This come out of an old Chevrolet truck over there. It's a piece of a window channel, just enough to keep it from rattling a little bit. But I think when I get this window fixed, it'll roll up and down good. So my fuel problem is solved. These tanks, I don't know if you ever worked with them, but they got a little, like a horseshoe clip here. This is where the cinder unit is, and they screw into that, and I don't know how you get them in. You can barely stick your hand in there, so I just tapped that for some bolts and just put bolts in it, thread them into the tank. It's not like it's holding pressure or anything, just has to keep fuel from sloshing out. So that's all good. I still have to finish my wiring back here, and I got a lot of stuff to do. Basically, moved along a little further. I'm gonna do something about that. I really don't like the way that looks. But again, I got so much work to do to it that good enough for now. But fuel's in. Scoop turned out pretty good. I just sprayed a little black on it real quick just to clean it up. I'll grind this all down, and I think I'm gonna fill these good. Just bondo those up. I don't like those patches sticking there. They should have never been cut out anyway. The bottom ones are alright. Who knows, I may bondo that too. But it wouldn't be so bad if they were both square, but I got this one on a little crooked. So I'll just cover those up with bondo, and the rest of the welds and stuff I'll leave alone. I'm gonna take part of my panels that I got left from the hood and cut up and make a better panel here for where this hood closes. But it's moving along. Long ways to go, but it gets better every day.